Hi, I want to review the article from Richardson and Dale from 2005. It has been observed that during a conversation, streams of behavioral information exchange over time, such as pointing, showing, placing, and gesturing. The question is if there exists a link between eye movements of speakers and listeners while they perform a task. If so, when two people looking at the same visual scene during a conversation, how does the listener's eye behave? And can we parameterize this link, for instance by means of coupling durations? The study focused on eye movements of speakers and listeners looking at the same visual scene, and the goal was to investigate coupling between gazes when performing a common task on such settings. The article presents a human factor experiment in which participants talk about a TV show that was displayed just in front of them. None of them got prepared in advance. Both eye movements were recorded and results were presented as cross-recurrent analysis. On the left-hand side, the figure shows 7-second segment of recurrence of one speaker-listener pair. The speaker is illustrated with crosshair, and two listeners are with light and dark grays. Light gray listeners subsequently answered all four comprehension questions correctly. The other was only one correct answer. On the left side, the speaker and listener eye movements are aligned with no time lag. Recurrence is plotted along the blocks and shown in black. The recurrence was 20% in this case. On the right side, lag between speakers and listeners' eye movements are set to 2 seconds. At this time lag, there is 30% recurrence. Cross-recurrence plots allow temporal structure to be visualized and differences between speaker and listener pairs to be quantified. The figure exemplifies such differences with different types of listeners. First, a listener who answered all comprehension questions correctly. Second, a bad listener who answers few of them correctly. And third, with eye movements that shuffled in a random order. The figure on the right hand side shows average cross recurrence at different time lags based on average percentage of recurrence based in around 50 speaker-listener pairs. Dale and Richardson showed that eye movements of speakers and listeners are linked, and eye movements coupling has direct effect on comprehension. The result of their study showed that the level of comprehension is in a conversation is correlated with the eye movement coupling of two parties involved in the conversation. The higher coupling, the more comprehension is achieved. Even though parties could not interact with each other during a conversation, their visual attention was coupled at the millisecond resolution of eye movements. They reported that 0 and 6 seconds after a speaker looks at a picture, the listener is more likely than chance to be looking at it, which is about 2 seconds after the speaker. How closely a listener is following a speaker's gaze predicts how successful the listener comprehends. The paper is a well-established article. Almost all of my previous readings for this project cited this article. The authors demonstrated that there is a correlation between comprehension and gaze recurrence, and more important, that they reported precise time frame of this coupling. We will use these parameters and values as benchmark for our data analysis part. Thank you.